You don't belong to me anymore, it seems. I'm all alone in my dreams. Yeah. I just feel so weak. No one knows the pain I see when I'm all alone. Now that you're gone, my world is cold, my friends are gone. Without you here, my joy seems cruel. When you left, you took part of me. What can I do? Tell me, baby, it's you that I need. Baby, it's you that I need. I'm lonely, yes. It's you that I need. Come on, come back, come back. Something's wrong with me. You are my life, my mystery, baby. How could you do this to me? You left me holding on to a memory. I tried to be good, to what was no us. I suddenly woke and found you gone. Now I sing my heart again. Something's happened to me. My life, my destiny. My life will never ever be complete. Come back to me. Baby, what I need. Baby, what I need. No, nobody but you. What I need. Come back.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, brother.
How you doing there, brother?
Challenge. This is my first time on Google Hangouts, but I don't even know if you
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Oh, cool. Peace, brother Taalik. This is my first time on Google Hangouts, so you know you gotta bear with me.
Oh, that's all right. Hold on, let me stop this music here. Okay, let me set this up real quick. Yeah, I was just listening to my soul sister Terry Ellis, you know, In Vogue.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah, that's her.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's from her solo album. Oh, well, we in business. You see me, don't you, bro?
Oh, yeah.
All
ready to go.
You ready to go? Okay, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get this party started. of course, always in the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always. Everyone, welcome to the Google Hangout version of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Of course, I am the mighty one, Angel Snub 7, and I am your soul brother, number one. With that said, we have a special guest today on the program. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, I had to switch channels because the original I had posted on the original site, the capability of Google Hangout was taken for some reason. I don't know what it was. I went there and all of a sudden you can no longer do Google Hangout here on my other channel called Reality's Temple on Earth. This one here is called Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. And I usually do the Google Hangouts. Well, actually, I was going to do my Google Hangouts from here, and they took it from this site. Then one day I came back, it was back again. Yeah, I don't know what Google's doing. I don't know. Just whatever. I have plenty of channels to work with. I'll find one that works. Who cares?
I see.
I'll find something that works. And if necessary, I have, contrary to popular belief, I do have some internet friends I can borrow. I can go on their site and we can do the same thing. But with that said, I would like to welcome my soul brother in arms, a brother I've known for a little while, my brother Daku. And
yes, sir, you said it right.
Brother Daku to the Reality's Temple on Earth. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. It's been a long day and a long night. You know, work never stops.
Yes, sir.
So we don't get a lot of time to sleep.
Yes, sir.
But I'm here, and it's a pleasure to be here with you on your show. Like you said, we've known each other for quite some time, but I think this is probably the first time that we've actually spoken.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, but it's great to be on Reality's Temple on Earth. What do you call it? This is Internet Ministries. I know you got several different ones.
Yeah.
But it's a pleasure being here.
Well, it's the same thing, just have different names, but you know, it's always been the original channel was Angel Snub 7.
Right.
And it's always been the Reality's Temple Ministry. It's always been that. It's always been Angel Snub 7 and the Reality's Temple. It's always been that. It's just when you make different channels, you come up with different names, whatever. But you know, that's what you have to try to survive the cracker on his media. You know, you have to avoid the cracker and some of these Negroes. You know, they come out.
They come at you harder than the cracker.
Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, the first time I was flagged down was by Negroes. It wasn't by no Caucasian. It was by Negroes. But anyway, with that said, we're not talking about them. Who cares about them? We want to talk about what you do best, which I didn't know, brother. I didn't know that you did this gardening thing. And I want to say this too. I want to tell you too. I want to thank you for coming here. It's really an honor. And I want to let the people know that this brother here has given this ministry the same respect that he would give any of our so-called heavy hitters, you know, from a Louis Farrakhan, from a Umar Johnson, to a King Noble, to whoever they are. I get the same respect from him as one would get to anyone. And that brother has been that way with me as long as I've known him. You know, he acknowledges my wisdom just like I acknowledge his wisdom, which you're going to bring some of that too. Not only gardening, brother. You got to.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna have to bring wisdom too. Now.
I was wondering if I was going to be handcuffed to just gardening.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, that's good to know.
You know, we're not just doing potted plants today. But I love that, man, because see, I didn't know you did that. You know, from my perspective, from where I stand, we need the essentials, and the essentials is food, clothing, and shelter. If you're not talking about food, clothing, and shelter, and you're talking about all these different other things, and you're not putting food, clothing, and shelter first for any nation, for any people, that's what you need. That's your number one priority and concern. What's the sense of all this high sciences and these things that these people are into? Don't your children have to eat? Don't you want good food? Here's a brother here that can show us with the little land, the little space that we have in our little private homes, how to throw down. Man, I saw your video. I'm like, this brother throw it down. Don't have no real space, but you can throw down still. I mean, growing some hella stuff. I mean, from okra to all my favorite kind of things. And you know, I'm an old country boy. I was raised in the South, and people just don't understand. I was raised in an environment where I was close to nature. You know, we had chickens, and we had the pigs, and we had the cows, and then you also had the woods. You saw your deer, you had your squirrels and your possums and raccoons and all that stuff. I saw that stuff every day, the frogs and the tadpoles and the snakes. You know, I was just close to nature. You saw that every day. Every day I woke up as a child, I heard cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. That's what I heard every day for years. You know, people wake up and they hear trucks going up and down the road and all this machinery, you know, playing with concrete. I didn't grow up that way. I grew up in an environment where, you know, I heard the mosquitoes flying around. I didn't want to be bit by a mosquito, but you heard the mosquitoes flying around, and, you know, just a natural environment. In fact, this was the 1960s, brother. Peace, Melanie. This was the 1960s. And you know we had electricity, but when I was growing up, we didn't have electricity. We were still using kerosene lamps. We had an outhouse. You know, we was burning coal and wood for heat and things of that nature. That's the way I was raised. So, you know, I try not to get used to all these convenient things, the air conditioning and heat. I try to live in a manner where, what if I don't have that? So, to be more, yes, to be more in tune with nature, because if you don't get that, you're really going to suffer. So my body has adjusted to a certain amount of cold, you know, a certain amount of heat. And anyway, I always love heat anyway. You know, I'm a dark-skinned person, but believe me, I could be darker, but due to circumstances beyond my control, a little incarceration bid I done kept me out of the sun, and I got, you know, on the lighter side. But yeah, so we have to have this knowledge. We have to have this knowledge. I was raised in a manner, of course, we grew our own food. It was all organic, which there was no such thing as organic when I was growing, because it all was basically organic. Right. We didn't use pesticides and all like that. My grandmother was a bad mama jamma. Looked like she could just spit a seed and it said, bloop. I'm like, how you do that? You know, she could just spit a seed. I spit a seed and it just sit there and rot. You know, my grandmother could take a seed, any seed, a peach seed or an oak tree seed, anything, throw it on the ground. Next thing you know, she got something going. I'm like, how you do that? But you know, some people have what they call the green thumb. I eat the hell out of whatever grows, but I can't. You know, I did grow watermelon, brother. I did grow watermelon. Yeah, and cucumber. I do pretty good with those things. Those vines.
Watermelon is pretty difficult. Grow a few other things.
But you know, the problem with the watermelon is so easy to bruise and kill it.
Yeah, I've killed some watermelon in my day.
Yeah, that was my problem messing with the watermelon. But I can't grow too much of nothing. But we need these skills. And I also grew up in an environment, brother, where I could go out in the woods and we still had some of that information. You could grow out and find edible wild plants. You know, I could go out and get full off eating stuff out in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Not only just growing things, but you should have a knowledge of something in your yard, like dandelions. People, when I was growing up, people ate the hell out of dandelions.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard that there's great benefit to dandelions. You know, you are more, you know, expert on that thing here. And I'm not going to take a whole lot of time. I want these brothers and sisters. This is your show. This is your thing. I just want to sit back and just sort of guide the topics a little bit. I want you to talk, and I want the people to listen to what you have to say, because the topic that we've chosen today is Black liberation or soul liberation, urban gardening with my brother Daku. Go ahead, brother. Just go ahead. What you gonna bring us today? What you want to talk about?
Well, brother Taalik, the first thing I want to do is go back to something that you said. You said I respect you the same way I would respect the other heavy hitters.
Yes, sir.
And I consider you a heavy hitter.
Oh, yeah.
Because you speak the truth and you let it come what may.
Yes,
You're
sir.
not afraid to let the chips fall where they fall.
Yes, sir.
You know? So you keep it real with the people, and that's what I appreciate about you. So to me, you're a heavy hitter. A lot of the so-called heavy hitters, I'm not talking about the ones that you mentioned,
Yes,
but
sir.
a lot of the so-called heavy hitters, they're very careful about what they say.
Mm-hmm.
You rattle a lot of nerves with some of the stuff that you say because you keep it real and you don't have an agenda where you belong to this organization or that organization. You're trying not to offend anybody in that organization. You just say what needs to be said, say what you've observed. And again, you let the chips fall where they may. So I really respect you as a heavy hitter. And it's an honor to be on your show because I don't know too many other shows that I'd be able to say some of the things I'm probably going to say if you permit me to say it.
Oh,
now,
man,
you're going to have to lay
wrong. I'm used to what you say. We all in one accord, you know. I don't have no problem. Even if you said something I don't agree with. So what? Roll. Be you.
Got you.
Be
I was going to say you're going to have to lay the ground rules for me. Because
you don't have no ground rules when it comes to keeping it real.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's exactly what's up. We keeping it real. Ain't nobody got time for all that old nonsense, you know. So yeah, but
earlier you talked about food, clothing, and shelter, but there's two other categories.
Yes, sir.
So with plants, you can grow food, clothing, and shelter. A lot of people don't know that. But you can also grow medicine, which is important. You mentioned dandelion.
Yes.
Dandelion is not just a green that's edible, it's also a medicine. It's a blood cleanser. Dandelion root. It's a blood cleanser. So those things are very important. But you also can grow your weapons. I don't want to leave that out. Again, you have to slow me down because I'm going to say what needs to be said. So it's food. So it's food, clothing, shelter, medicine, and weapons.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of our revolutionaries, when they talk about weapons, they talk about guns. But I, like you, I ask a lot of questions. So if I'm going to battle you and all of the tools that I take into battle, I need to get it from you, I'm at an automatic disadvantage. Okay? But if I'm producing my own weapons, then we're somewhat on even kill. And I know this ain't about weaponry and war, but I'm just saying.
Yes, it is. Whatever you bring it to the table, that's what it's about. Bring it.
You got to be able to grow all 5 of those things, not as an individual either. It's as a group.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when they find out that I'm growing, they ask me, well, how many cucumbers can you give me and how many heads of cabbage can you give me or whatever? But I'm in an urban area. I'm in an urban environment. So there's only so much that I can grow in the little small area that I have. What I'm trying to get people to do is grow on all of the different, grow on their personal land, not necessarily to grow enough for the whole community, but each of us, you said that you're from the South.
Yeah.
Each of us should be able to grow enough to at least survive in a, excuse my language, shit hits the fan situation. Understand?
Yes.
The so-called cracker doesn't believe in white supremacy the way we believe in white supremacy. He's preparing for a shit hits the fan situation because he knows that this shit can't stand up.
That's right.
So he's growing food. He's growing clothing. He's growing shelter. He's growing weapons and medicine, learning how to do that. And we need to do the same thing, much like our maroon ancestors did back in the 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th century when the first cracker stepped foot on our land here in America. Notice how I did that, our land. It's not that, I'm not saying that some of us didn't come over here, but many of us were already here. This is our land that we're on. So that's it. I think that we need to work towards independence and growing our own food, shelter, clothing, medicines, weapons. That is very essential.
Yes, sir.
But I don't want to talk too much without you asking questions because I can go on and on.
No, I want you to go on. This is your show. This is not about me asking questions. I'm glad that you did mention the part where you was talking about weapons, because it brought to memory about this Caucasian guy that was in this prison. I don't know what prison it was in, but they was having a problem with this Caucasian guy. He was making bombs and things out of the plants that was in the prison yard.
Yes, sir.
He was giving them pure problems. You know, he was finding material out on the yard. Anything, this dude was making for real bombs. And I'm like, wow. You know, what kind of science is behind that, man? Wow. You know. So yeah.
What you're saying is
yeah.
What you're saying is not that deep, because that's what our maroon ancestors did when the cracker was running all over America. We were growing our own weapons, and they couldn't deal with our weapons. They had guns, they had tanks, they had horses, they had all that stuff, but they couldn't deal with us.
Yes.
We had to get some of us to come in and deal with us. They had to resort to burning down our crops and trampling our crops and things like that. But they couldn't deal with us. It wasn't just the Civil War that, by the way, in the Civil War, we freed ourselves. A lot of people don't know that. But as Kwame Ture always reminded us, before we picked up the gun and joined the Civil War, the Union, the North, was getting their ass whooped. When we picked up the gun in less than a year, we were free. Because it takes a certain amount of athleticism, the God gene, as some people would call it, but it takes a certain amount of athleticism to fight in a war. And that athleticism that you see today on the basketball court, on the football field, in the boxing ring or wherever, we had that back then too. In fact, we probably had more of it back then because we weren't as comfortable as some of the Negroes are today. As you said earlier, you know, you want to be able to survive in a situation where you're not so comfortable. So I always say that comfort is the enemy of revolution.
That's right.
You so comfortable, you ain't gonna change. Even when it comes to your health, people don't change their health until the doctor say, you know, you got such and such and such and such. You need to cut this out. But until the doctor says you got diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever, you continue to eat the same diet.
Yes.
So comfort is the enemy of revolution. It's opposed to revolution. You're not going to change as long as you're comfortable. And too many of us are comfortable here in the cracker house, not the crack house, the cracker house.
That's right.
You know, and one of my goals is to get us off of the cracker pipe, not the crack pipe, the cracker pipe, because we got to have it.
Yes.
Have it, and we'll do anything to get it. And we will fight anybody that comes to try to take that cracker pipe out of our hands. I hope I'm not talking too far out of line or where people can't understand what I'm saying.
Oh, the people that come here, they understand. Don't worry about it, bro.
Okay.
They don't understand. Bye-bye. See you later.
Right. No problem with that. I don't have no problem with that. That's why I don't have a lot of friends, Taalik, because I say what I need to say and let the chips fall where they may.
That's right.
Yeah, so if you're growing, let me go back to gardening real quick, because I can get off on white supremacy all day.
Yeah.
Growing in an urban environment, there's several different ways you can do it. If the less space you have, you know, you just have to get creative. And we're some of the most creative people on the planet. I mean, if you look at music, and I know I'm going off again, but if you look at music, people are always imitating what we're doing. Right. They may become what they call the king of rap. I don't know. I don't really follow rap like that, but I've heard that some white boys are the king of rap now or whatever. But we actually, while he may be able to rap, we actually created rap.
Right.
Understand the difference? So we are creators. So when you're growing in an urban environment, you need to be creative and figure out what kind of space do you have? How much space does it take to grow what you're trying to grow? Some things you may not be able to grow in your environment. Growing in a small area, I would say use containers. If you're growing in a super small area, I would say use containers. Any direct questions you want me to answer, Brother Taalik.
Yeah, so but what you're saying here, and this is what I'm presenting to the people, we have to be unorthodox in our approach to our situation.
Yes, sir.
Just like you said or stated that weapons can be made out of plants, that in and of itself is flying way above people's understanding. A weapon out of how am I gonna make a weapon out of a piece of corn or a green bean? How you gonna make a weapon out of that? They don't understand that the principle. They don't understand that at all. Also, turning to plants as weapons, even the enemy is not, that's something unorthodox to them. I'm pretty sure they have heard of it. Ain't too many things they haven't heard of, but somebody actually going in that direction to use something like that, they can't even comprehend either. So see, my thing is you have to have what we call the element of surprise. Mm-hmm. The element of doing something your enemy is not used to you doing. That's why these boxers and other persons, even in basketball, when you can dribble with your left hand, that's unorthodox because everybody's used to people that's right-handed. It's unorthodox. You do something that is different that somebody has never seen, that increases your chance of being successful because your enemies or your opponents are not used to dealing with something. It's unorthodox. What are you doing? How are you doing that? So the things that I'm bringing here to this ministry, all these other things, Brother Daku, and I know we love them. I know we love Kemet, and we love the More Science Temple, and we love, we just enjoy. Yeah, but they're not working for us no more. They probably had success back in the day, a certain amount of success, but those things the enemy are used to. At one time, using the Nation of Islam as an example, at one time when the Negro was calling these devils devil, that really messed them up. Because first of all, they know they forced the Bible on us, and they gave us these characters, God, devil, and all. They know that for us to turn around and call them the devil, I bet that was like, what the hell? I bet that was mind-boggling to them. They calling us the devil. No, sir. The devil is a little red guy. No, you're the devil. The white man's the devil. Skunk of the planet Earth. That messed them up. But now, you got these Caucasians, they laugh at it. Oh, yeah, I'm a little devil. They laugh at stuff like that because they're used to those things. Been there, done that. You have to bring a whole different ball game to these people. So that's what I represent. You have to, just like you just said, creative. You have to understand your situation and be creative towards the struggle. If you're not doing the same old, you're not going to go nowhere. People know your dribble now. That's why people study. When you lose, that's why people study those tapes and rewind. What did I do wrong? How can I deal with this? See, these persons claim to be history buffs. They know history so much. Why you keep doing the same thing over and over again? You see that your enemy can counter these things. Why are you rewinding the tape and ain't learning nothing? They're not learning nothing, absolutely nothing at all. That's why you keep doing, that's why you having the same results. Do something different, you're going to get a different result. That's just how it goes. That's true. And what I'm saying is that I know that y'all love certain things, but you need to concentrate on food, clothing, and shelter. And if you can get that from plants, you can get that from growing, that should be your #1 priority. Brothers and sisters like you should be #1. I don't care about a lecture about, well, God comes and we are the chosen people of God. Yeah, that's nice. I can't eat that. I can't do nothing. Right. I can't put that on my back. I can't do nothing with that. That's nice to hear. It can inspire me to go out into the garden and make me some weapons. You know what I'm saying? That's what that can do. But as the real tool, it's useless. Don't mean nothing.
Yeah, but one of the reasons that our people won't stand up is because who they going to stand up against? They don't want to stand up against the people that's feeding them. That's the most basic thing. I mean, if I stand up and fight him, he's gonna take my food away, or he's not gonna be able to produce my food for me. So that's the most basic thing. You gotta be able to feed yourself. All this other conversation to me is mental masturbation.
Yeah.
You just talking because you ain't gonna ever do nothing, because this man holds the spoon and the plate and the food and everything you need to eat. You're not gonna battle these people if they feed you. It's basic to me.
Yes.
I don't understand why we keep going around in circles and we don't have a lot of people talking about this.
No.
Okay, I'll say the heavy hitters. Let me say it like that. There are some people that don't nobody know that I've met over the last probably 5 to 10 years that I was really surprised, because I was caught up just like everybody else in some of the heavy hitters' deep language. And I was hypnotized by it. But one day I had to snap out of it. And this is when it happened. This is when it really started happening. You know, people will tell you that you're not really conscious if you still eat meat. So at one point I was eating chicken. I was still eating chicken. And really, I'm gonna tell you who it was. King Noble. Who me? You still conscious and you eating chicken? I had to at least think about that.
Yes, sir.
I understand what chicken is doing. And I understand what people say, that it's high in estrogen and it's causing our people to become more feminine than usual. That could be debatable, but that's neither here nor there. So I said, okay, if I'm going to become all the way vegan, where am I going to get my food from? So all of these wise people, they directed me to My Organic Market. Yes, Organic Market. Whole Food owns these places. So even though you try to improve my situation, and I'm not talking about King Noble, I'm talking about just in general, the people that I asked around after I had the conversation with King Noble.
Yes, sir.
You're sending me right back to the cracker. They're telling me it's the enemy that's been destroying our people for hundreds of years. How you going to send me to him to feed me? So I said, okay, the next logical step is to grow our own. You're telling me that the side effects of all of this food is homosexuality, and I'm not bashing homosexuals. Let me get this straight.
Yes.
Say this real quick. To me, if you're saying that the homosexual was made into a homosexual, and you know who made them into a homosexual, and I'm not saying that this is true, Brother Taalik. Don't hear me saying that. This is just for sake of argument. If you're saying that somebody made them into a homosexual, then why are you bashing a homosexual and not the person that made them a homosexual? It's like you got a bully in the yard beating up on people, and you jumping on the people that the bully's beating up. But bully, you running from the bully. Every time the bully come around, you go hide in the damn corner.
Right.
To me, that's some punk ass shit. I'm sorry. That's some punk ass shit. So every time I hear people bashing these little people that are victims of white supremacy, but not bashing the white supremacists, it is very hard for me to get in these organizations. If I get into it, I'm gonna have to get into it like college and take the shit over. But because I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to teach other people how to grow, and excuse my language, people. I don't even know how many people in the chat. I'm just having a conversation with my brother Taalik. So I don't really want to turn people off with profanity, but sometimes you got to say what you need to say to get your point across. So once they directed me to all of these organic markets that were run and controlled by the cracker that they were telling me is the enemy, I decided, okay, well, I need to start growing my own stuff, because it don't make sense to go to the enemy to feed me.
Yes, sir.
When you're telling me they're the enemy.
And another thing, Brother Daku, exactly what are they growing? They're telling you, because see, you know how the cracker do his thing. Organic, you can call something organic, but it falls under a certain type of definition.
Right.
You think in your mind, well, organic means this, but that's not necessarily how it's truly defined, because there's different levels of organic, you know?
Right.
Because like in canned food, you know, the government allows like a certain percentage of insects in canned food.
Yeah.
You can't keep the insects out anyway. You know, especially the way they do things. You know, the machines basically do all that, and bugs always flying everywhere. How you gonna keep all the bugs out of your food? You can't do it. You know, you just can't do it.
Not just bugs, small animals.
Yeah, small animals.
Find in cans and bottles, and people try to figure out how they got in the can and the bottle, because you got the machine doing it.
Yeah.
You can't keep all of them out.
Yeah, you know, if people was doing it, you know, if it was hands-on, you have a better chance of keeping all that out. But it's not. You got machines, and you got mice that can climb almost anywhere. You got
that's right,
and all kinds of insects that can fly everywhere. How you gonna stop that? You know, I mean, you're gonna find a rat and roaches. You're gonna find that in your food. I mean, because it's manufactured by a machine.
That's correct.
No choice. You know, I don't remember stuff like that growing up because, see, my grandmother and we as a family, when it was time to harvest the crops, we done all the work.
Right, right.
Mr. Mice was not around. You know, Mr. Mice did not get anything. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's hard to keep the flies off because flies is a bad boy. But, you know, we did a pretty good job. We didn't have to worry about no flies and mice in your food. You know, when you have a hands-on approach. But we need to understand that this is very important. The growing of our food. And not only that, Brother Daku, we don't even have any allies outside of ourselves to help us in this fight. You know, we don't have no, you know, with all this African stuff, oh, the African this and the African, people keep getting on my case about the African thing. Well, where are your African allies? What nation of people are you affiliated with willing to help you do something or trade or do anything? They don't have that. Your heavy hitters, such as Minister Louis Farrakhan, been around the earth, have no trade with no African nation, not even an Arab nation. Nobody's going to help you do anything. You here by yourself. What can we do by ourselves? We're helpless. At least if you had some help, you know, somebody punched me in my face, I got somebody's back to come and, you know, got my back so they can get a lick in. Even this country, Brother Daku, as powerful as the United States is, they still look for allies. And they powerful. They have the greatest military on the planet, but every time you turn around, our allies. What you need allies for? Why you can't do it by yourself? First of all, they don't want to pay for it by themselves. They want somebody to help pay the cost. That's really the main thing. But they looking for allies. We're not looking for allies. Then we're always looking just for somebody who's dark skinned. You know, anybody, look, brother, if I'm doing a garden and a Caucasian guy, hey, how's your garden growing? You want me to help you plow? Here's the rake, here's the shovel. I have no problem with it.
Hey, and to be honest with you, a lot of people from outside are volunteering to help. People from in our community, people ain't trying to help. They ain't trying to get dirty. Yeah. They ain't trying to mess with nice shoes, get their nails dirty, none of that. So then you'll have white people and Spanish people and all kinds of people joining in. I remember over here in this community, we had a real rundown area and I went to clean it up. And half the people were not black. And this is a 98% black area. And half of the people that were cleaning, getting all that garbage up out of there, weren't black.
Wow.
So you can expect. Now, don't hear us saying, or I don't know if you're saying it, Brother Taalik, so I'm gonna put it on myself. Yeah. I'm not saying that an ally is a friend necessarily. Right. Those are two words with, in my opinion, two different meanings. So maybe I gotta look it up. So that's why I'm saying my opinion. Yeah. I believe ally and friend are two different things. Different things. With an ally, you're looking for somebody that's gonna benefit you and you're gonna benefit them. Right. But a friend, I mean, y'all ain't benefiting each other. Y'all go partying together, just go drinking together, enjoy a good laugh or whatever, and not do anything for one another necessarily. That's a certain level. You know, a real good friend will be there for you to the end and do whatever. That's right. Not all friends will do that. John Henry Clark said it best: we don't have no friends in the world. No. Nope. You want a friend, you need to look in the mirror. And it's over 1 billion of us on the planet, and we're still not looking at each other. And as you said, many of us have been around the planet.
Yes.
And we don't have any friends and very few allies.
Yes.
Very few allies. So we have to start depending on ourselves. Thus, Operation Black Independence. I done created so many different organizations, but I'm not really into the organization thing anymore. Because for one thing, once you start that organization, you know they come in and infiltrate it. And they're not infiltrating it with people that don't look like us. They're infiltrating it with people that do look like us. So I'm not against organizations, but I'm not going to wait for an organization to do what needs to be done. I'm going to see what I can do, and I'm going to do it.
Yes, sir. I always want myself. Okay, since the government can do all this infiltration, you know, bringing in people and whatever. See, my thing is, why you can't do the same thing to them? See, I had a brother that was working with me. He was married to a Caucasian woman. And she can go places and she hear things that we can't.
That's correct.
But see, a lot of people, an interracial relationship, he ain't supposed to be married to that white woman. You an idiot. Here's a person that can go and hear things and do things that we can't do. Even when I was locked up, Brother Daku, I was friends with, I made allies and friends with anybody that I could. The Caucasian people that I made friends with and allies with, they were able to get information for me. There's no way I could get it.
That's right.
This Caucasian lady, she was able to sit on these meetings with these doctors and hear what they was planning to do to me. And she would come to me and getting ready to do this. And then I would counter. They was like, how the hell is he countering? You know, they trying to figure out how am I countering them so good? They didn't know I had an inside person, right? See,
that's it.
Our mentality is messed up. You know, oh, it's got to be black. Yeah, if they can do it to us, why we can't do it to them? You got Caucasian people, some of them was raised by us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
There are Caucasian people who say that they love their husband and love their wife. They are on, as far as they concerned, they're on our side. Why can't you use them to do something for us? But we don't understand the mentality. We wrapped up in some kind of James Bond fantasy or something. I don't know what these people.
Hey, thus Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. You keep, that's why I like it. A lot of people ain't gonna like what you just said, but it's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You got a lot of spooks. You got a lot of so-called spooks that sat by the door that's infiltrating this stuff right now. You don't know who they are. You look at them, you see us bashing them on Facebook or whatever. You don't even know what they're doing behind closed doors.
You sure don't. You have no idea.
Look, we older now. I'm 50. I don't know how old you are.
55.
But, oh, okay. So we can't take the same mentality from when we were 30 talking about them house niggas.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, a lot of the house slaves was protecting the field slaves. People don't know that. They were stealing food from the house, taking it out to the field. We don't hear them kind of stories.
No.
Today you have house slaves that work up there in master's house, and they're protecting the field slaves. And some of the field slaves don't even know it.
No.
They looking up, look at that house nigga. You know? But we have allies in the house. I'm just using that as an allegory.
Right, absolutely.
We have allies in the house. We just not aware of who they are. And a lot of them can't say that they're working for us. Right. Because then they'll be talking. Oh, right. You fired or whatever. So they got to take that secret almost to the grave.
And that's what we need, though. We need to have that mentality to create people like that. And see, once you get strong, they can come up out of that if they want. Once you get strong, but you know, in the position that we're in, they can't risk certain things because it'll mess them up. Where are they going to go? Because they won't be wanted. You can't do nothing for them. They can't go back where they came from. So you know, we have to be wise in what we do, because you're dealing with a very intellectual enemy. And not only is he powerful as far as physical confrontation, but he's smart. He's not an idiot either. He's not an idiot. So it's like it's like playing chess. They make a move, you got to look at the chessboard, okay? What can I do? Where can I move this chess piece? That's the way you have to look at it, like you playing chess, which I used to love playing chess. I need to get back into that game because it's all about strategy.
That's right.
If one way don't work and you see you losing that way, you need to reverse, rethink, reset, say, okay, I can't go there. And you have to also be able to look into the future because, you know, on a chessboard, you actually sort of look into the future because you know, okay, if I move here, you got to think about what your enemy going to do. Okay, if I move this piece here, then he's going to do this and that and that and that. You have to look at what his response might be when you do such and such. We don't think that way. The only thing we do is sit up and watch a lot of revolutionary videos and get all hyped up. That stuff ain't going to work. Nobody cares nothing about your emotion. It's not going to work. The only thing you're doing, like I said before, is being a comfortable Negro. We already know. That's why a lot of these people not going to make a move. They already know they're going to lose. Because you should know, because you done done it many, many times. Of course you're going to lose. You can beat this guy. He's not that bad as you think that you are. Everything, Brother Daku, has an Achilles heel. Everything has a weakness. I took martial arts and I was breaking boards. And it wasn't necessarily that I was strong. When you're breaking boards, you hit the part of the board which is the weak part of the board. And that's why the board cracks.
That's right.
Not necessarily because, oh, I'm Mr. Macho Man. The board gives in because of how you hit it. You hit the weak spot in the boards. That's why they just fall apart and crack. This fella, he's the tough. Oppressor. Yeah.
The oppressor makes us think that they're unbreakable.
Oh.
Due to radio, television, commercials, textbooks. I hear a lot of people say, stop looking at TV, you need to start reading books. It's in the books too. We had books before we had television.
Yeah.
They're always reinforcing the idea that they're invincible.
Yeah.
And you got to believe it. It goes into your subconscious mind. So on some level, you kind of believe that they're invincible and that we're strong enough. That we just can't see the weak. But like you said, if you figure out what's going on that board and you hit it the right way, you're going to break it.
Yeah.
But if you keep hitting it in the same strong, reinforced area, of course it's not going to break.
Yeah.
Talking ain't going to get it.
No.
That rah-rah shit ain't going to get it. No, it's going to get people excited for a minute. They're going to get excited. Then they're going to be like, oh, man, what time the game come on? All right, then I'm going to holler at you because I'm about to go catch this game real quick.
Right. A lot of these Negroes watching the NAACP, I keep calling the NAACP, the NCAA, whatever the hell it is, the college garbage. I remember Sarah Student said he was doing a meeting, and I think the Super Bowl was going on, and Sarah Student said, I know y'all is the Super Bowl. I'm getting ready to end my speech or whatever, because he know now they talking all this Black Power stuff. And Sarah Soon said he even knows I better let these Negroes go because they interested in the damn Super Bowl game. That's a shame.
They're more interested in the Super Bowl than liberation.
Yeah.
And then the question for a lot of people is liberated from what?
Right.
We got everything we need right here.
Right.
We don't need to be liberated. I'm comfortable right here. As Malcolm said, where we going?
Yeah.
Where's there a better house than this? Where's there better food than this right here?
Right, absolutely. Not only from the average Negro on the street, but the Black Power folks too. You know, they are impressed with the yeah.
Yeah. You expect that from the average Negro because they've been programmed and trained.
Yeah.
But these Black Power people, and I'm one of them. Listen, I'm about to say something controversial, but I'm on your show, so I feel comfortable.
Yes, sir.
We're all white supremacists. I believe that. Even the most revolutionary of us are white supremacists. Now, what do I mean by that? Everything that we need, we go to them. I find a lady that I want to marry. This is my heart. This is my soul. I have to go get permission to marry her.
Yes.
I know we call it permission from whom? I want to start a business. Man, I'm in my own business. I gotta go get a business permit, license. I gotta go get permission to do it. Now I know that sounds a little crazy and out there, but
no,
it's a fact. Everything that we want, we go to them and get it, and then we say, "I'm more revolutionary than you." I'm not more revolutionary than you because I'm growing food. What am I going to do if they come and take my land right now?
Wow.
Who gonna back me up? So I'm being careful because, to a certain degree, I also believe in the white man. The atheist believes in the white man. The black atheists, they believe in the white man too, because they go to the white man, or the pink man, or whatever you want to call him, the devil. I don't get caught up into the language. I used to study Buddhism, and one of the things that the black Buddha said, gotta say black, people don't know he was black, was that the whole world is tormented by words.
Yes, sir.
So we choose this word over that word, over this word, over that word. So I was struggling in what I'm going to name the book. I can't call it, the first book. This is my third book. I'm working on my fourth book.
Okay.
The second book was Introduction to RBG Urban Gardening.
Okay.
That fell out of favor. I don't hear a lot of people saying that no more. So I'm like, okay.
RBG?
Yeah. I mean, on a global scale, I mean, you in the community, so of course you're going to hear.
Yeah.
But I'm around black people all the time. They don't hear RBG. I'm in the Chocolate City area. These people don't hear that term.
Right.
I don't see it anywhere. Even during Black History Month, these people don't hear it unless they're in the conscious, so-called conscious community, which is semi-conscious or unconscious. But yeah, Brother Taalik, let me just say, I'm really honored to be able to sit here and talk to you. I got to say that again. Because like you say, even if we disagree on something, we can just say what we need to say, yes, and sir, respectfully disagree, but we're not going to become enemies.
No, sir.
Because we disagree on something.
I mean, we go back and forth on Facebook all the time.
Oh yeah, exactly. But people wouldn't know that. We got different points of view, but it's okay to have different points of view. Look, I know I keep on bringing up the white supremacists, but they have different points of view.
Yes.
I'm an integrationist. And what do I mean by that, people? I'm talking about I integrate with my people. I don't care where they are, what they believe, what their walk of life is. You're going up against an enemy that has integrated with every aspect of their culture.
Yes, sir.
White supremacists that are Mormon, white supremacists that are Muslim. You still with me, brother?
Yes, sir. You're sort of breaking up now and then.
Oh, okay. Is that better? I don't know.
Yeah,
I ain't do nothing. Maybe.
I don't know. Sometimes it just breaks up a little bit.
Oh, okay. But you got white supremacists. You got white supremacists of all different denominations working together when it's time to bust you upside your head.
Yes, sir.
And then they agree. I can't stand you faggots. I can't stand you whatever. But then when it's time to bust you in your head, they come together. They make a decision. We're gonna go jump on this nation or this country or this group or whatever.
Yes, sir. So
they have integrated with each other and everybody else that's on their same bandwagon. I integrate with all of my people.
Yes, sir.
Simple. One of the things we might disagree with is, I see a lot of people jumping on the Nation of Islam right now and some of the other organizations. Can you hear me? Yes, I see some crazy stuff. Oh, okay.
I got a brother. I've got a brother with us in the circle with me. Brother Craig is in there. You see the African flag?
Oh, okay. That's Brother Craig. What's up, Brother Craig?
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, peace, but good brothers. Yeah, I'm just listening in, just absorbing the knowledge, from the elders.
Cool. But there's a lot that we've gotten. I'm not saying that we still get a lot from the Nation of Islam, but if we don't get nothing else, we get at least their organization.
Yeah.
They have an organizational structure that seems to be superb.
Yes,
so
sir.
That's something that we can from them. So what I do is it's easy to sit back and say, this is different. That's black, that's yellow, that's blue, that's green. Anybody can sit back and do that. But what is it that we have in common that we can build on to get free?
That's it, right.
So I'm an integrationist with my own people first. Right,
absolutely. You know, I'm glad you brought that up because we are, you know, even people who believe the same thing, they are not the same. You know, everybody has their differences.
Exactly.
Of, you know, of doing things. And this is something that a lot of these persons, they just don't understand or just don't want. We are different. So you got to, okay, we understand what you disagree with. It's better to come together on what we can agree upon and concentrate on those things. And we go from there. And then we'll work the rest. The primary goal is that you and all of us, we claim that you want to be liberated from an oppressor. Let's get that. Once you get liberated from an oppressor, then we can deal with the rest of the things later on.
Right.
Don't worry about the other stuff later on. But also at the same time now, even if you get liberated from an oppressor, you still have to have a certain mentality because it doesn't make sense to be liberated from an oppressor to become an oppressor.
Exactly.
I don't want no homosexuals in my nation. Well, you might as well stay where the hell you at. And then you got one sin over another. What makes you think all of us are coming through sickness? This person's sickness or this person's problem might be this. Another person might be that. Don't worry about those things. Worry about the fact that they are an oppressed person just like you are. Let's get the hell out of this oppressive situation, because when you get shot in the head by a racist cracker, he ain't gonna ask you, are you homosexual? Are you American? Are you Kemetic? Are you a Moor? They don't ask all those questions. They just see a black face and do what they have to do. I was just talking to a brother from the Sudan this week, and he was telling me about his experience with racism in this country. He's like, wow, how do you guys deal with this? You know, because it's messing, you know, it's messing his mind up. He never experienced nothing like this before. I said, man, they've been doing it going on 500 years. I was born to it. I can't tell you how they do it, because it bothers me. You know, it's sad. I'm driving in my car and I have to get word every time a peckerwood pull up behind my car, because I don't know what the result might be.
Right.
You don't know, because you know what the type of atmosphere. I've also learned, just because a Negro with a police officer uniform, just because he pull up, you might get something even worse. That's the type of situation that we're in.
Because so that Negro,
you know, don't think because he got a dark skin like you, think you're gonna get a wonderful result from him.
Like I said, we all white supremacists.
Yeah.
To what degree is that Negro a white supremacist?
Yeah.
To what degree is that Negro in that uniform protecting and serving the interests of white supremacy?
Yes.
And you don't know that when they behind you. You just see that car, you tense up automatically because you know what's about to happen or might happen.
Right.
But I'm glad we're talking about, you know, us trying to get liberated and us not looking at the differences. We all have the same goal. We're trying to get liberated. I like studying 19th century history.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go way back to Egypt, even though that's a great story and, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
In the 19th century, when Harriet Tubman and them were getting free, I don't think that she stopped and interviewed people and said, well, are you gay? Are you Christian? Are you Muslim?
Right.
I thought it was just about, let's get the fuck up out of here. You know?
Yeah.
Be on that page.
Yes, sir. You know, the topic that we've chosen today is Black Liberation, Urban Gardening. And I did see you raise up the book. So, you know, before we continue, that is the topic. I want you to, this book should be for sale. Talk about this book, brother. You know, matter of fact, I want to see the pictures. Show us give us an example of what you're trying to do. to bring with the type of information that you're bringing to us in this book.
The crazy thing about that, it's just as much as it is on gardening, but it's all intertwined. So one of my pages is this page here, this chapter. I gotta break it down. Look, my book is no nonsense. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you break it up. I think when you get away from the microphone or something like that, you start breaking up. When you get closer, it seems like
How about now? Oh, I'm not far away from it.
I don't know, just going in and out for some reason. I don't know. I can still tell what you're saying though.
Okay, I got a low tech. As I was saying,
okay.
Book, you got me there? The book is about 50% history.
Okay.
Okay, so it goes in agriculture and before with invaders, whoever. As far as agriculture. So one of my favorite pages on George Washington's car. George Washington car is a modern day, we can still say modern day, even though 100 years. He's a modern day Osiris. Not just the god of.
I don't know, brother Daku. I don't know what it is. You got technical difficulty. Keep going in and out.
All right. It might be the connection. I actually had to come up the street to because I don't have Wi-Fi. I got rid of all that shit. So I actually had to do this interview.
Yeah.
So maybe I should keep it short.
I don't know, you was doing just fine for a while, then all of a sudden it just start breaking up.
All right, well, the book goes into about what we were doing in agriculture, even during slavery, what we were doing. It talks about Toussaint, the Haitian Revolution, how even at one time, of course, he was a slave.
Yes, sir.
But he and his wife they grew food and gave it to other people. So warriors, it goes into how a lot of the warriors were growing food. Because as you say, that's one of the bases for independence. But I don't want to keep talking if I'm going in and out. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, I mean, just keep doing it, brother. I mean, I think we can decipher. We can decipher.
Okay. But the purpose of the book, let me talk about the purpose of the book.
Yes, sir.
It's not so much for me to make money. It's to get information out. Because as you know, I don't have a lot of followers. Right. And I ain't even looking for real. And I think a lot of the work that we're doing today is even for this generation, just to be honest. I decided I wanted to leave something behind. Never know when we out of here. I'm going to leave something behind for future generations or this generation. I want to pick it up and get something from it. I'm all for that. I'm really looking for now, these days, what happen in the future with our people. And I want to be able to leave something in their hand that they can use as sort of a roadmap in this aspect of liberation.
Yes, sir.
Got me?
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, all right.
I'm here.
How can we, is this book for sale? How can we get it?
Well, first of all, book for free. That's all the free you're gonna get. People gonna get it free. Secondly, this book is so as I heard Dr. Donnie people are asking for his book. It takes money to publish the book. Right. So right now, even though it doesn't come out until the 21st, which is our new year, the 21st of March, I've pretty much already sold copies that I have. Now I produce more copies. But I'll continue to post on Facebook. I'll continue to post as we get for sale.
Okay.
As I'm selling the book, I'm not trying to it cost me $25 to self-publish. That's how much it costs.
Yes, sir.
And first 25 copies sold for $12. I just wanted to get it in PP. So now I go back, more books, but it cost me $25 to publish. So that's money out of as I said, I will share where they can get this. Hopefully folks will friend me, see that information, or at least join the Black Urban Gardeners for Liberation Facebook group.
Yes, sir.
You're well, I've seen you in there. I don't know if you're a part of that, but you should join it if you're not.
Yes, sir. I have the link to your page, and perhaps I need to put the link to the group. But if they follow the link to your page, I'm very sure they'll find the link to the group Black Liberation Urban Gardening. Is that correct?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so later on I'll put the link to the group in the information box for you.
That'll work.
And they have both sites, your Facebook and also the actual group. But unfortunately, we're having technical difficulties on your side because we can't really. You're going in and out. We really can't hear you really. But and that's bad. That's bad. But the beginning of the program started off really nice, and I would hope that people would they did appreciate your being here as a guest. And like I said, it doesn't make any sense to really continue if we can't really hear you, right?
You're right.
But I appreciate, brother, that you did come and be with me. I mean, it's an honor to see you. Actually, I mean, this is the closest to being in person, you know?
Right.
Like I said, we've known each other for a little while, and maybe, can you talk about, we was talking about, because you sent a post, and people know here that I'm on this soul brother kick. I don't say black, this and the African that. I call ourselves soul brothers. You wrote a post and you said, brother, I'm a soul man too.
Yes, sir.
How did you come to that conclusion, brother Daku?
Because for me, as I said earlier, I study Buddhism, and the world is tormented by me. Any word that makes sense to describe myself.
Yes, sir.
You broke that down. Am I still going in and out?
Yeah. I'm trying to decipher though.
You broke that down. I said, that's me all day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother number 2. If you I ain't got no problem with that. I'm thinking about getting my man with callingees.com, Brother L.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all heard that. That's soul brother number 2. We on our way to number 3, 4, 5, and pretty soon we're gonna have a soul nation.
That's right.
And like I tell people, I said that simple definition takes us up out of this racism garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not black, you're not using those terms, you're not African. I'm a soul man. How can you accuse me of being a racist when I don't even deal with race? I'm not claiming to be black. I'm a soul man. And also, it's a label that actually comes from up out of our womb. Our ancestors, not 5,000 years ago, 3,000 years, but just recently, it came from up out of the 60s somewhere. I don't know where it come from, but that's what they call themselves. I grew up on that. But as you know, the Black Power thing, it took off. But during that period of time, we called ourselves soul brothers and sisters when I was growing up. So why, and under the term, under the label of soul, you can be Kemetic, but you still got soul. You can be a Christian. Soul. Yeah, you can be a Christian and still have soul. That's the way it was in the 60s. It didn't make no difference. What the difference was, soul made us family. We still saw ourselves as this people under this one umbrella. And instead of building on something that the racists gave us, such as Black and African, build on something that your own people who was victims of racism, build upon that. And you just don't know how far we can actually go. Because that's our main problem, is we don't view ourselves as family no more. And
I can see that.
These things have taken us up out of the family, out of that family way. So we need to get back into that, taking us to places that we really don't belong. You can be African. That don't have nothing to do. But be your family that you know of right here. Start here. You want to go other places? That's cool. But start at home first. Soul is home. So yeah, brother, I really appreciate you being here. Dang, this technical thing sort of sucks. But I want to invite you back. I want to invite you back. Perhaps it'll be better next time. And we really want to get more off into maybe you can bring some photographs, because on Facebook, I mean, you have these beautiful photographs of your work. You have the plants and how you should do these. Man, that's some bad stuff. That's some bad stuff. And
that's why I joined the group, so they
yes, sir.
As it's happening. I would love to bring some. Gotta get more technically. Probably.
Yeah.
Do this again. But I definitely would. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, sir. And, the pleasure's all mine. It's an honor, brother Daku.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to doing this again with you. Hopefully down the road I can get some other equipment. But some of my other channels have been so revolutionary and so radical that they hit me viruses, and I just gave up buying new equipment. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna stick with what I got. It don't cost me that much.
Yes, sir.
If they damage it, then I can just get something else and keep it moving.
I know that's right. So, all right. With that said, I hope that brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, I have to apologize for technical difficulties, but that's how it goes sometimes, But I'm very sure that we did enjoy the company of our soul brother number 2, y'all.
That's
our
right.
Soul brother number 2 is right here on the program with your soul brother number 1, and my brother from another brother, brother Craig is here with me too. So
peace, Craig.
Yeah.
Peace to you, my good brother.
Yeah. With that said, y'all, until next time, this is Angel Snub 7. Peace again to my brother Daku, brother Craig, and as Doc Cornelius always told us, as important, he wishes us love, peace, and soul. Till next time, y'all. Actually, tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.